Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm very, very pleased to be here today and be able to address you on this very important summit. And I'm so pleased to see that so many people have decided to join today, and compared to the previous summit, definitely shows a positive development, and we can definitely conclude that momentum is generating on this very important agenda. As mentioned by the moderator, my name is Thomas Hofman, and I'm the CEO for the Danish Industry Foundation. And I've been asked to come and talk about sustainable manufacturing today with a few words. Before doing that, let me give you just a few words on what the Danish Industry Foundation is. Moderator already mentioned a few key takeaways. The Danish Industry Foundation is a philanthropic foundation, and our mission is to enhance competitiveness of Danish industry on many different agendas that is part of competitiveness. And we do that by taking initiatives like this, where we generate knowledge, we try and start initiatives that create momentum on important agendas with the aim of facilitating that Danish SMEs in particular move forward and become more competitiveness. So that's what we do, and we generate, we use about 250 million a year in donations to achieve that mission. And with that strategy, we in 2017 took the initiative to start the AM Hub, and we have in total committed about 90 million Danish kroner to the AM Hub to create what has already been established, but also to ensure runway so that we also have years ahead to really now start capitalizing on the movement that we have started. And that all ties to our strategy, where we believe that new technology can really drive competitiveness, and we believe sincerely in that sustainable manufacturing is a key driver of competitiveness. Companies that do not find a way to deliver good solutions on sustainable manufacturing, they do not have a future, is our belief. And all that comes together with the initiative here with the AM Hub. We believe, as we already heard from the previous talkers, that additive manufacturing is a necessary enabler to achieve sustainable manufacturing. And in Denmark, in broad terms, I guess we believe that we're doing pretty okay in the Danish industry sector. However, as mentioned by the moderator, in a recent report from ATV that we co-created here in the spring, it shows a different picture. We are not as sustainable in the Danish manufacturing sector as we believe. And in that report, which I encourage you to read, we define what we believe we should look at to become truly sustainable, where we need not only to achieve productivity and therefore reduce less resources when we manufacture and when we grow. No, we need to strive for an absolute reduction in CO2 emission, use of water, resources, energy, etc. When we achieve that position, we can start to talk about that we are sustainable in the Danish manufacturing sector. And the report shows that we are not there yet. Actually, the numbers shows that from 2012 to 2018, the Danish industry increased its consumption of resources by 11%, water by 15%, and energy by 4%. So every day we are consuming of the scarce resources that this planet has given us, and therefore we need to act and do it in a very, very different manner. We need to move forward to an objective where we, in absolute terms, reduce our consumption of resources. And that's sustainable manufacturing. And we want that Denmark becomes an open lab for sustainable manufacturing, and the AM Hub is a very, very important brick in that puzzle. Let me give you a few examples how we see additive manufacturing contributing to a more sustainable manufacturing and also to resilience that Frank talked about. The first example is reducing transportation of goods. Transportation is necessary for global trade, obviously, and a big export country in Denmark, it's vital. But the transportation sector currently is responsible for the fastest growth in CO2 emission. A 60% increase in CO2 is expected by 2050 if we continue as we go now. And in 2019, a total of 24% of global CO2 emissions comes from fuel combustion from transportation, and freight accounted for 40%. And this number is also expected to increase in the future. Besides the negative carbon footprints from transportation of products and goods, transportation can also be a source of uncertainty. Remembering the grounding of the container ship Evergreen in the Suez Channel in March shows it all. 370 ships were queuing for a week during the blockage, and BBC reported the cost was up to $6.7 million per minute, and the blockage lasted for 6 days. 3D production technology allows for local production on the spot and can contribute to secure both the global carbon objectives and to ensure companies' resilience in a very unsecure world. Examples number 2. I guess I'm one slide behind. Here we go. Is more efficient use of materials and resources. Manufacturing obviously relies on resources, and 3D printing can and must improve resource efficiency in the industry. The benefits of 3D print solutions include allowing companies to be more material, energy, and cost efficient in various life cycle stages. Less waste material is created, and recycled plastic can be used as a resource and input for 3D printing, which leads to a more circular economy. In Denmark alone, we produce 340,000 tons of plastic waste every year. Less than 35% of this waste is currently being recycled. Why not use more of this waste to input in production? For every use of 1 kilo recycled plastic, we save 2.4 kilo CO2, so the business case is obvious. In Denmark, we have competences to make it happen. A company like Aage Vestergaard Larsen is a Danish frontrunner, and in the Danish Industry Foundation, we are about to launch a new important project together with Plastic Ocean Forum that hopefully will secure increased use of plastic waste. In the future, we might even be able to replace plastic materials with biomaterials in the production too. I know Andreas Mortensen, the astronaut, will speak later today, so I brought also a spacey example, as you can see in the picture. It's the winner of the Index Project Award in 2019. AI Space Factory is the name. The New York-based architects have a vision to make habitat for the use of colonizing Mars. You can't bring materials enough to build shelters on Mars, is the challenge here. And the idea is to use well-known biomaterials harvested on Mars to actually make it happen and 3D print the habitat you see on the picture below. A prototype was made last year in the forest north of New York, which is the picture on top, where they used waste products from sugar and corn, and that picture is real. AI Space Factory and other similar pioneers might have shown the industry society that plastic is no longer the single source for 3D print, and thereby yet another breakthrough on this agenda. It's our hope that the AM Hub will continue to provide knowledge, showcases and partnerships to fuel acceleration of the adoption of additive manufacturing technologies. An analysis from SDU from a couple of years ago showed 25% of Danish manufacturers are using AM technology in various degree, and the flip coin of that is that 75% is not using AM technology at all. So a huge potential which is predominantly existing among the many Danish SMEs, where of course it has been the big corporates that has grabbed the opportunity first because they have the competences and the resources. And there it's our mission with the AM Hub and other initiatives to really drive that development also in the SME sector. If we want to realize the ambition of becoming a sustainable production nation and a leading fourth industrial revolution nation, we must regard additive manufacturing as an important driver and speed up the digitalization and the implementation of new technologies. Fortunately, it has never been easier to get started. The AM Hub is here, and the European AM industry is booming. The number of European manufacturers who produce and sell AM systems have doubled between 2018 and 2020, so there is no excuse for not get going, and that's my encouragement to all of you. If you haven't started, get on it. There's a huge opportunity, and it's a must for you to adopt this technology. Thank you very much.